if you were in charge, and you had this ability to just write out these executive orders and say, hey, enough is enough, guys, like this is crazy. What would be your first steps to changing
Mm.
this around and getting that influence out, plus allowing people to really see to the truth of what food is?
Yeah. We have to get money, corporate money out of the research field because research has been so corrupted that conflicts of interest are now the norm rather than the exception. 95% of the people who were on the USDA advisory board for the USDA food guidelines had direct conflicts of interest with processed food companies. And so it's astronomical how much that is, of course, going to change the way research is designed and executed. We have academic institutions and hospitals that take federal money, also taking corporate money. We
Mhm.
have the NIH taking federal money and taking corporate money. 75% of the FDA's operating budget comes from the pharmaceutical companies. 60% of advertisements on mainstream media are paid for by the pharmaceutical industry. So at every level, from the information that we are getting on the news to the papers that we are holding up as evidence-based research, are just absolutely corrupted by corporate interests that in their best interest, of course, is to get people addicted to and eating as much ultra processed foods as humanly possible. Lobbying from the food industry and the pharma industry is astronomically higher than lobbying from the oil industry. So it's really got its fingers, the influence of money in everything, and that is why a chapter of my book, there's two chapters that I think really get at this, which is your body has the answers and
Mhm.
trust yourself, not your doctor. And those things can sound a little scary, I think, but the beauty of this exact moment in human history, and the reason I'm actually so optimistic, despite the trends that seem very bad in human health, is that just in the last couple of years, we have access now individually to more health data about ourselves, with the click of a button on the computer than we've ever had in human history before. More information about ourselves than our doctors could even have told us throughout our lifetime. So right now you can go online, you can order 100 biomarkers from your blood and walk into a lab and have those done the next day and learn all about the functioning of your body for less than $500. Right now you can go online, you can order an Aura ring or a Whoop or a Fitbit, and you can understand your heart rate variability, your resting heart rate, your sleep trends, your oxygen saturation. You can also get a bio wearable like a continuous glucose monitor that can literally tell you how your metabolic health is, how your insulin sensitivity, a proxy metric for insulin sensitivity, which is fundamentally a process that is so critical for all aspects of health. So we have access to these tools now that can really confirm for us how we're doing. And I think the diet wars and all the confusion that people feel about nutrition, what people need to realize is that the entire point from these industries is to confuse you.
Mhm.
Nothing is more beneficial to the processed food industries and the fitness industries and the influencers and even the different, medical ideologies than to make you feel that it is very confusing. Because what does that then get you to do? It gets you to go buy a million different solutions for this confusion that you're feeling to quell your anxiety about your health destiny. And so if we can start to have the literacy to just understand like the basic biomarkers and tools to basically understand exactly how we're doing and be able to say with confidence, like, I am healthy or I am not healthy, and here's why, we blow through all that noise. So I think this advent of direct to consumer access to testing for cheaper and cheaper prices, I'm hoping it just completely squashes the nutrition wars, and the mass confusion that's just driving us to basically grasp for whatever solution seems palatable to us today. If someone has key biomarkers in the optimal range, metabolic, hormonal, cardio biomarkers, and they feel incredible and have no symptoms, so someone's biomarkers are optimal and they feel incredible, then they are most likely on the right diet for them. They are on the right diet for them. And that could be different for different people. But it really kind of ends the debate. You know, if my fasting glucose is 72 and my insulin is 2 and my vitamin D is 50 and, you know, my hemoglobin A1C is 5% and I feel absolutely incredible every morning, I literally don't care what anyone else has to say. I can say I am on the right diet. And so I really want people to like lean into that sense of empowerment of my body has the answers. My body's constantly speaking to me through symptoms and how I feel. And it can also speak to me through these tools and technology that are brand new that can help me understand my health. But I just two other things to mention that I think just kind of tickle me. One is that, you know, think about this trend. Every single year, we're publishing more papers, scientific research papers on nutrition and fitness. Every single year, like from the last 30 years, if you look on PubMed, the number of papers published about nutrition, it's like an exponential curve. Every year, it's more. And in that exact same period of time, our health in America has plummeted and obesity has risen. So the more research we're doing, the worse the outcomes are getting. That's perplexing. There's something wrong about that. And so it's just important to remember the confusion is by design. We are also the only species on planet Earth with experts, and we are the only species on planet Earth with a chronic disease epidemic. So there is something happening here where we're being asked to be divorced from our internal knowledge, intuition, wisdom about what is right for our bodies, hand away all our judgment to institutions of trust, and the outcomes are getting worse. So we need to get back in touch with our innate knowing about what's right for our health and for our children's health and for our families, and regain our confidence in our self-direction for our health destiny. And there are, of course, this book is helping people on that path that can feel a little scary.